What's up, you guys? We're back again with the Silverado, and it's been giving us problems with the check engine light. We looked it up on Google and it said it could be the spark plug wires, or the injectors. So we replaced the spark plugs and the spark plug wires as you guys seen on the previous video. So that didn't fix the problem. So now we're gonna replace the injectors, and we ordered 8 brand new injectors at the dealer. These are like about 50 bucks each, and we found them online from a wholesaler for 28 bucks. And we also got some quotes to service the injectors, and they were charging us anywhere from 180 to like about 220, and that's with the new O-rings and all that, and to match all the injectors and do all that. But so in total for all 8 injectors we paid about $208 to $218. I can't remember off the top of my head, and then like 20 bucks for the O-ring kit and all that. So we're still not too far away from the service cost, so we just decided to go with brand new injectors. And it's giving us code P050. It's like a misfire or something like that at idle, and we're just gonna go ahead and replace them. Okay, so to remove, we have to remove this cover. We'll unbolt it from the actual intake manifold. This is just the cover, and it has 10mm bolts right here. So there's 1, 2, 3, I think there's like 4 bolts. And then once we remove those, we'll get to the ones that actually hold the intake manifold to the engine. I'm actually using my new ratchet that a good friend of mine let me have. He doesn't know I'm gonna keep it, but I'm gonna keep it. Also forgot to mention that we put the tape right here so no debris could go in there. Okay, so there's also a line right here. We're gonna try to get it from here, but I think it's a little easier if we get it from down here. And we're just gonna pull the whole intake manifold off right now. Okay, so now that we got the intake off, make sure you get every single bolt. There's 5 bolts on each side. We were missing that one back there, but we got it. That's why we were able to pull out the intake manifold. This has to stay in place because there's something holding it back there. So now we're gonna put some tape on this and remove this piece right here. But first we're gonna put some tape. I'm gonna wipe this down with the rag, and then get to putting the tape on. And that's why I was struggling with this cover for a bit, but this is why you can't remove it without removing the intake manifold first. It doesn't give you room to get to these clips back here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that holds that harness right here. So without the intake manifold, you get a little more room to wiggle that thing around, and then get this. Well, I got this big ass like pry bar from Harbor Freight. Some of them are on there like really tight. I don't know if you guys can see, but that thing bent this tool. Remove this foam. Okay, so now I think we have to get to this line, well, to this fitting and that fitting, and I think you have to replace it because they do leak, I guess, if you don't replace it. And what else? Okay, I'm gonna get something to blow all the dirt out of here. Then we're gonna start unplugging the injectors. First we're gonna unplug the injectors, then we're gonna get to this and pull out the fuel rails. I'm gonna use this air pump for like the inflatable beds to blow out all the dirt and stuff from in here before I remove the fuel rail. Alright, so before we remove the harness, actually the harness is gonna come together with the fuel rail. So I'm gonna leave these unplugged because either way we have to unplug it to remove the fuel injectors. But we're gonna start by removing this fuel line, and the fuel rail we're gonna disconnect the harness from back here. 70mm. There is gas in here, so be careful. So this has to be replaced, and this has to be replaced once you remove them, because they're only a one-time use type of thing. So with this removed, we're going to disconnect it from here, and then we're going to get to these bolts right here, which I think should be like around the 13 millimeter. Alright, so we got the fuel roll out, and there's a little issue. There's a lot of dirt in there. So what we're gonna do is get the shop vac and stick it in there, hopefully get most of it out. We're gonna try to get everything, but if not, at least get most of it out before the new injectors go in. They're pretty dirty. So, oh, and you have to disconnect the fuel rail. Well, first of all, you have to disconnect this because this is in the way. So remove that, and then you have to disconnect it from here. Okay, so you have to make sure that all these little caps come out. There's 3 more left in there because they didn't come out with the injectors. So I'm gonna get a little pick and get in there and remove all of those, and then we'll start replacing the injectors. All right, so we're gonna start off by removing one injector at a time. Start with this one. So you just have to wiggle it back and forth, and you'll see it come off. Make sure it's the right injector. It looks the same. Okay, so we had to order these because these clips don't come with the injectors. It does come with this O-ring and this like second O-ring right here, which also is included in this kit. But basically all we're gonna use from here, I think it's the clip and the little caps, the little dust caps. I don't see anything else missing from there. This clip is already up here. Yeah, it looks the same down here. Yeah, so I'm gonna put a little bit of oil and we'll put this one back in. Like a little tiny bit, just so you won't damage that O-ring. Slide it back in. This is the whole kit. We're gonna slide this back on. It look the same from both sides, so I don't think there's an up and down. Just make sure you slide it in place. That. Slide the clip, lock it, and then you're good to go. So I'm gonna do that for all 3 of these. And then I'll put you guys back on. I'm not gonna put the little dust caps because I'm gonna put that once we're about to install the fuel rail. Make sure to put these caps in. Now we're ready to throw the fuel rail back on. Make sure everything's plugged in right. And so for the driver's side, there's a harness right here. And that plug right here that has to come off of the fuel rail. And we have to disconnect this with the quick releases. So first let me get to these plugs, and then I guess we'll do this right here. All right, so I was kind of wrong. You don't have to do the second clip, you just have to do the big clip right here. And then undo this line with that tool right there. So when you put it back on, it just slides on, and then you slide this lock piece on there, There's a lot of dirt in here. So once again, I'm gonna hit it with the vacuum. And you have to basically loosen this up so this thing can rotate out of the way. And you should be able to remove it. So now let me do the other fuel rail. Same thing as the first one. Okay, so we got the fuel rail in. And we also got these in today in the mail. This is the part number for this one, which is this one right here. And then we got this one in as well. And that's this one right here. Remember, these are only a one-time use, so I guess every time you remove this, you have to replace them. And we got new intake manifold gaskets. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this 10mm. Pull this off. And we're gonna get this out of this bag. Alright, so this one actually comes with the new bolt, so you don't have to reuse this bolt. Alright, so we got that tightened down. Now we're gonna install this one. This one could only go one way. Make sure it sits in there. This is the part number for the intake manifold gaskets. We got 8 of these. Oh, in total for these replacement lines and these gaskets, I think it was like about 70 bucks. 70 or 80 bucks. So basically all you have to do is pull these gaskets out. These are still in good condition, but they should be replaced every time you remove the intake manifold, so you won't get any leaks. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull each one of these out and replace it with the new gasket. And then they do have like this little groove. This little thing right here goes in that little groove. See them on the new one. So I'm gonna replace all these. I'm gonna clean this with some parts cleaner and then install the new gaskets. So this is gonna be the Torx pick, 44 inch-pounds for the first pass. Second pass is gonna be at 89 inch-pounds. So we got the little Harbor Freight torque at 44. Now we're gonna do them real quick and then put you guys back on. Okay, so now we're gonna turn it on. Everything is torqued down, and let's see if it works. So there you have it, quick little install for these injectors. The truck only has 20-something thousand miles, so I don't know. I guess it's a common problem in these trucks. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at YONKE_OXC Films. I'll leave that in the description down below, and we'll catch you in the next one.